The Alpha 1 Lightwave amp, your solution for your need for better audio for early model BMWs with Harman Kardon, Hi-Fi Professional DSP, and individual audio. And this is exactly what this G12 needs for a complete audio refresh. For the longest time, BMW owners have either been stuck with their weak Harman Kardon amps or piecing together random audio equipment and hoping for the best. Well, for years now, you've seen us install our Lightwave amp in these BMWs with Harman Kardon, and now we're adding one more to that list, the BMW G12. While you need to double check your VIN for compatibility, if you have one of these sound systems, this amp is for you. Harman Kardon, Hi-Fi Professional DSP, and individual audio are all powered by a variation of Harman Kardon's 9-channel OEM amplifier with an optical input, and our Lightwave amp is designed specifically for these systems. The Lightwave has a total output of 2,300 watts max, which is nearly 4 times as much as the 600-watt stock Harman Kardon amplifier. It features 9 speaker-level output channels, including one 400-watt RMS channel that normally powers the center channel but can also be used to power a passive trunk sub instead. It also has a 10th DSP-controlled RCA pre-out, perfect for our SUB10 trunk sub if you want to keep the center channel running while still having an active trunk sub. You have full control over all the settings in the amp for complete tuning and customization, but you also retain all the settings in your iDrive for quick changes on the fly. You can also change between 2 DSP tuning files simply by switching the Logic 7 surround switch on or off. And like all of our amps, the Lightwave comes pre-tuned for your ears, your music, and your specific BMW. For a full list of all the features, head on over to our website, link in the description. Also, head on over there to make sure this amp is compatible with your BMW. To install this yourself, you'll be able to get the job done with our DIY Essentials Kit and Trim Toolkit. If you don't feel comfortable doing this yourself, that's fine too. You can find one of our certified installers near you on our website. We have them in about 30 countries around the world. And don't forget that if you're in the Orlando, Florida area, stop on by and we can do it for you. Before we get to the installation, just a quick note. We always tell you to disconnect the battery before dealing with anything electronic, and well, this BMW has 3 batteries, and BMW is very specific about the order it wants them disconnected and reconnected. So please, make sure you pay special attention to that part of the video. But without further ado and all that out of the way, let's get to the installation of this Alpha 1 Lightwave amp in a G12. Jarrett, take it away. The first thing you need to do before dealing with anything electronic is to disconnect the battery. In this car, that means all 3 in a very specific order. First, pop your trunk to get it open and ready. Next, the first battery is under the hood. Pop the hood and rotate this locking fastener to unlock the panel. The fastener is missing on this car. Lift the panel up and out. With a 10mm socket, remove the negative battery terminal and set it aside. For the next 2, let's get back to the trunk and start by removing the trunk panel. Since the smaller battery terminals are blocked by the side panel that we need to take off anyway, let's get to that first. Start by removing this rear panel by popping out the 4 fasteners with a trim tool and then lifting it off. Next, for the side panel, start by lifting this cargo tub cover. With the trim tool, remove this single fastener here. For the trunk arm passage trim, use a trim tool to carefully pop free and remove this part. For the cargo tie down, drop the anchor point down and use a pick tool to remove the cover plate. Remove the T45 screw holding it in place and remove it. Start removing the panel first by pulling down from the top to pop it free, then articulate it out like so. Now the smaller battery can be accessed. Use a trim tool to pull these fasteners up to free the cover. You don't need to pull them out completely. Lift the cover off and remove it. Remove the negative cover, which is also red, to make things more fun. Use a 10mm socket to remove the negative cable and set it aside. To prevent it from falling back into place, snap the cover back down. Finally, the main battery. With the 10mm socket, remove the negative terminal and set it aside. Remember that this order is very specific and must be followed per BMW. Now we can finally get to the actual amp part of the installation. Start by removing the cargo tub by removing the 2 10mm plastic nuts and the 1 fastener holding it down. Lift the tub out. Next, we need to remove this bracket. Start by disconnecting it by pressing in this center tab of the lever lock connector and rotating the lever to unlock it and disconnect it. After that, loosen the 2 lower 10mm nuts. You don't need to fully remove them just yet if you don't want to. To access the top nut, remove this fastener and rotate the material out of the way. remove the top 10mm nut. Slide the bracket out and remove it. Now we need to remove the amp. Start by removing the 10mm bolt on the top. After that, lift up from the bottom to free it. It will be very tight and may go flying if you don't have a good grip. After that's out, we could disconnect it. For the two smaller ones, press in the center tab and pull them out. For the slide lock, slide the locking sleeve to the side to cam the connector free and remove it.
It may also be employed in conjunction with a drawn reciprocation dingle arm to reduce sinusoidal repleneration.
Now we need to relocate this module. Remove the two 10mm plastic nuts holding it in place on the original bracket. Slide the module off and place it over the studs on the back of the Alpha 1 Lightwave bracket. Secure it in place with the two supplied nuts. Finally, take the two nuts off the original bracket and thread them into place on the Alpha 1 bracket to prep for installation. Don't judge the amp, this is one of our employees' cars, so we grabbed a used one. Your amp will look much better. Now it's time for the installation. First, plug the lever lock connector back in by pressing it in place and rotating the lever to lock it into place. Next, slide the bracket into place like so. Replace the 10mm nut at the top and tighten down the ones on the bottom. Remove these two cable straps to get extra slack in the cables. Now we need to relocate the fiber optic cable. Start by using a pick tool to push out the side tab, holding the outer connector sleeve in place, and pull the cables free. Snap them into the connector sleeve from the Alpha 1 kit. Remove the factory tape to free the green fiber optic cables. Tape the small cable out of the way, and retape the main loom to keep everything secure. You also won't need the smaller loom, so to get that out of the way, Jarrett added it behind this cable strap. Jarrett then added some tape to the fiber optic cables to keep them together. After that, plug it into the side of the amp. For the main slide lock connector, press the factory connector into the Alpha 1 connector and slide the locking sleeve to cam them together. It will be a tight fit. Next, insert the power and ground cables, brown to the black port and red to the red. Connect the Alpha 1 lever lock connector into the Lightwave amp by setting it in place like so and rotating the lever to lock it into place. Lastly, plug the USB cable in. This will live in the cargo tub, so run it down here for now and use cable ties to secure it. While you're here, go ahead and put that material and its fastener back in place. Use cable ties to tidy up all of the slack in the harnesses for a clean installation. For the ground cable, locate and remove this 10mm nut on this grounding bus. Coil up all of the slack on the ground cable and secure it with a cable tie. Tuck it out of the way. Slide the ring terminal from the ground cable over the stud and tighten the nut back down. For the power, run it across the back of the car like so, using cable ties to secure it along the way. When you get it to this side panel, slide the cable under like so. You'll need to reach the positive terminals under the long red panel. Speaking of which, remove the terminal cover. Remove this 13mm nut and slide the ring terminal from the positive cable over the stud. Replace the 13mm nut. To make room for the cable, you'll need to cut part of the cover away. Don't worry, that's why BMW makes this out of soft plastic. Jarrett used the center terminal, so he cut that one. He then used tape to cover any potential sharp edges. Snap the cover back in place. Jarrett then used some double-sided tape on the back of the fuse to stick it in place so it won't rattle around. The installation is done. Now we can start putting everything back together. Since the battery order matters, start by reconnecting the large battery's negative terminal first. Next, the negative terminal of the small battery next to it. Don't forget the cover that goes over it. Sit that in place and push down the two fasteners. Finally, back up front, reconnect the battery there too. Replace the cover and rotate the locking fastener that should be there on your car. Since we're done up here, close the hood. Drop the cargo tub back in. Replace the fastener and two 10mm plastic nuts. Don't torque them down too much since they're plastic. Coil up the USB cable and leave it down in the tub. The USB cable will be used to digitally access the amp should you ever need or want to. Articulate the side panel back in place. Make sure the weather stripping is over it. Replace the one fastener. Replace the cargo tie down. Replace the cargo tub lid. Replace the trunk arm passage trim. Replace the rear trim by dropping it in place and reinstalling the fasteners. Finally, replace the floor panel. Close the trunk, and you're done.
So there you have it. That is how you install an Alpha 1 Lightwave amp in a BMW G12. But don't forget, for a complete Alpha 1 experience, you're gonna wanna pair this with a set of Alpha 1 speakers as well. Want this for your G12 or other Lightwave compatible BMW? Head on over to our site and enter your VIN to find the compatible kit for your ride. Have any more questions about the amp? You can reach out to our sales team via chat on our site or by calling. Already have the amp and have questions about the install or anything else? Well, you can reach out to our support team with your order number and they will be eager to assist. But as always, for more tips and tricks, product reviews, and so much more for BMWs, Mini, Supers, and Teslas, make sure you subscribe and don't forget to ring that bell. Want to know what's happening first? Head on over to our site and sign up for our newsletter. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok as well. Thanks for watching.